That court ruling, one of many reasons education in Saskatchewan is top of mind right now. Patrick Mays was recently re-elected as the president of the Saskatchewan Teachers Federation. He joins us now in our Saskatoon studio. Hi, Patrick.
Hi, Joe.
The contract with Saskatchewan teachers expires in August. Tell us about the goals that you have for contract negotiations that you're heading into.
Our goals are always to have a negotiated settlement that's negotiated at the table and then ratification by our members. So we're looking forward to entering into that process soon.
The province wants this 3.5% compensation cut. Where do you think teachers fit into that?
Well, the province has indicated that it has a target of those savings across the sector, and so we anticipate them to come to the table in good faith and negotiate with us, and that we will be able to get a negotiated settlement at the table.
Do you think 3.5% is reasonable?
Well, that's their starting point. There's always concerns when one group projects its preferences, but like I say, that's a target that they're looking for, and so we will begin negotiations soon, and and look forward to a negotiated settlement at the table.
Certainly any group wants to see, though, a wage increase when it comes to contract negotiations, but these are different times financially for the province. So do you think there'll be a willingness to explore taking a wage cut?
Those are discussions that'll have to be had at the table, and negotiations are kept pretty close to the bargaining teams, and so we'll have those discussions when the time is right at the table.
Let's talk about classroom sizes in our province, something that is close to the hearts of many families in our province, and I know teachers as well. Trying to manage a lot of students in a classroom can be stressful. Is that something that you want to have looked at as well?
Well, certainly classroom size is an issue. Also, the composition is as much a factor when you have EAL students and intensive needs students that require extra attention. Then certainly we want to make sure that all the students' needs are addressed, and that's what teachers are there for, to advocate for their students and try to reach every one of them, and so that they can have the best educational experience as possible. So class size is a factor, and composition is as well.
Do you think classrooms are getting too big, or that the composition is becoming untenable?
Well, there are concerns as they announce cuts to education budgets through the recent provincial budget. There's always concerns that supports in the classroom are going to be diminished, and that educational assistance and different supports that are provided can't be provided in the same fashion. We know that some educational consultants are already being looked at as being reduced in numbers or cut completely, and while we want to keep government to their word on trying to diminish or keep the classroom as untouched as possible, we know that with the cutbacks that are occurring, that's going to be very difficult for the divisions to do.
And so when it comes to link agreements, are we going to see a loss of teachers doing extracurricular activities in our schools?
Extracurricular activities are volunteer in nature as it stands. Now, we know that lots of teachers across the province offer a tremendous amount of time doing them. Ultimately, they're volunteer in nature. I don't know if the public understands that. There's no contemplation for any kind of job action at this point. It's way too early in the process, and so we would expect that teachers to continue to make decisions as to what they're going to offer as far as volunteer services as their time permits.
And the province is introducing amendments to the Education Act, which will provide the government with more control over financial decisions that school divisions make. The STF is encouraging people to write their MLAs in protest. Why is the move such a concern in your mind?
Well, we have several concerns. One is that there was no consultation done with any of the sector partners on the lead up. I know the government has indicated that the Parents report and the panel after the Parents report were in part that gave members of the public and the sector partners the ability to have some say, but really all they heard out of that was that there's a strong desire to keep the voice of communities and the voice, local control over school division decisions. And So consolidating power in the minister seems to go against that, in fact. So there really hasn't been effective consultation, and it seems to be being rushed through, which is a big concern. Anytime something's rushed through with a sense of urgency, makes you wonder why and why no consultation.
And so you're encouraging people to reach out to their MLAs, and what would you like them to say?
Well, we'd like them to tell government to put the brakes on this until further consideration and consultation can be done. There could be serious impacts on the education sector, but really no study has been done on what the impacts of Bill 63 and Bill 40 could be. So we're recommending that they slow down and that the public gets involved and contacts their MLA and let them know that we've got concerns with how this is progressing.
Thanks for your time today, Patrick. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks, Jill.